Jamaican woman suspected to have committed suicide after car plunges into the Cobra River. Police have launched an investigation into an incident in which a Suzuki Grand Vitara plunged into the waters of the Cobra on Friday, leaving a 49-year-old woman dead. The deceased has been identified as Ava Telwell of a Shortwood Drive, Kingston 8 address. According to the police, the incident is suspected to be a suicide. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that at about 2:20 p.m., Telwell, who had been lingering around the bridge since 10 a.m., allegedly drove to the middle of the bridge, stopped, and then drove her Suzuki Grand Vitara into the river. Telwell was assisted by divers and taken to the hospital. However, she was pronounced dead. Following news of Telwell's tragic passing, several of her friends took to Facebook to share condolences for her family, in particular her two sons. I am devastated and hurt to know that my dear friend Ava Telwell left us yesterday. I heard about the incident, a person driving themselves over the bridge, over flat bridge, but never would have imagined it was her. Rest in peace, my dear friend. Depression is real. My condolences to Peter Telwell and her children, said another friend on Facebook. This is really sad. She was a very happy and jovial and kind and friendly person, and it touches my heart to see this. May her soul rest in peace, another added. Reed and Pinock mount legal fight to have parish judges' ruling squashed. In another legal twist to the fraud case involving former Education Minister Roel Reed and Caribbean Maritime University President Professor Reed Pinock, the two accused men are seeking to go to the Judicial Review Court in an attempt to have a ruling by a parish judge dismissed. In February of this year, Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks ruled that the case against Reed and Pinock should go to trial, but the men are contending that Crooks should have removed himself from the hearing of the case before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court because he is a past student of Monroe College in St. Elizabeth, which Reed also attended. Consequently, the accused are suggesting that Crooks should also not have made any ruling in the case because of what they are contending as a conflict of interest. Accordingly, the men filed an application in the Supreme Court seeking leave to go to the Judicial Review Court to determine whether Crooks' ruling should be squashed. That decision on whether to grant the men leave for judicial review is expected later this month. Late last year, attorney Hugh Wildman argued before Crooks that the case against Reed and Pinock should be dismissed because the Financial Investigation Division, the FID Act, does not empower the body to make arrests. Additionally, Wildman said the FID is purely an investigative body. We maintain that the FID Act is not a criminal statute that authorizes any authorized officer, which a police officer is, acting under the Act to pursue any criminal charges, Wildman stated. Had Crooks ruled in favor of Reed and Pinock, the fraud case against both men, along with Reed's wife, Sharon, and daughter Sherelle and Jamaica Labour Party Councillor Kim Brown Lawrence would have been dismissed. Instead, the matter was set for case management on July 27th, which is a prelude to trial. But following his ruling, Crooks announced that he would not try the case, citing a potential conflict of interest. He, however, did not state at the time the nature of the potential conflict of interest. The 5 accused persons were charged in October 2019 on allegations that millions of dollars were defrauded from both the Ministry of Education and the CMU. Reed and Pinock are facing the bulk of the charges. They are charged with breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act, conspiracy to defraud, misconduct in a public office at common law, and breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act. Sharon Reed and her daughter, as well as Brown Lawrence, are all charged with possession of criminal property and conspiracy to defraud. Meanwhile, in February of this year, Wildman had disclosed that an application seeking leave to go to the United Kingdom Privy Council to challenge the FID Act was before the Court of Appeal in downtown Kingston. The accused are seeking to challenge the FID Act in the Privy Council because the Supreme Court last year dismissed arguments similar to those made before Crooks in the parish court. It is not yet clear whether a decision has been made by the Court of Appeal on that matter.